recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing. If a person supports organizations which reflect communist teachings, or organizations labeled communist by the Department of Justice, she may be a communist.
A group of former FBI agents published a book called Red Channels. In it, it had a list of entertainers or people in the entertainment industry that were considered to be subversives. And it just so happens that Hazel Scott was listed in Red Channels and that she was attached to at least 10 or more subversive organizations.
Black politicians, Black activists, Black artists were always vulnerable to the accusations that they were communists, not because of their political ideologies, but because of the threat that their demands for change inspired in the very forces that were trying to suppress Black political and economic power.
They were very committed to policing the color line in television in those early days of the medium. She was Black, she was brilliant, and she was brave, and that was a heady mix in 20th century America and very threatening to people who wanted to uphold the racial status quo.
Fear of communist subversive activities has developed into hysterical frenzy which grows daily.
If I had my way about it, they'd all be sent back to Russia or some other unpleasant place.
She said, I've worked all my life on my career. My name is all I've got. And I'll be damned if these people are going to scandalize my name.
Over my father's objections, she was determined to go public with statements, plural, including a statement in front of the House Un-American Activities Committee. And my father said, "You're crazy. You can't win. You can't win with these people."
If I believe that I'm in the right, I will die before I allow myself to be dissuaded. It has never been my practice to choose the popular course. When others lie as naturally as they breathe, I become frustrated and angry.
Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
I have told you that I will offer my beliefs, my affiliations, and I shall
stand away from the stand.
Fight for the Bill of Rights which you are trying to destroy.
Take this man away from the stand.
Hazel was nothing if not sure of herself. And if she thought she was right about something, she would follow through that conviction, even if it was not politic to do so.
Meeting will come to order.
She wrote a 50-page statement explaining to them who she was, what she did for a living, that she was not a communist, that she was not a communist sympathizer, and she did not appreciate being called either.
This is the day for the professional gossip, the organized rumor-monger, the smear artist with the spray gun, a few cunningly contrived lies, some false statements, an impressively long list, such as red channels, and the years of preparation, sacrifice, and devotion are killed. We should not be written off by the vicious slanders of little and petty men.
One of the mistakes that Hazel Scott made was volunteering to appear before HUAC. She wanted to clear her name, but they had already made up their minds.
I don't think that anyone at that point in time understood the connection between the people who'd created the tracked red channels and the House Un-American Activities Committee. They shared the same belief in what they called 100% Americanism, which was basically the racial status quo.
She came back from testifying in Washington. Her audience in the ratings was very good. The reviews were very good. In fact, the audience may have been growing, but the sponsors were nervous, and the network was nervous, and they eventually canceled the show.
If you fight the establishment, you're not very popular with it, and everything is done to remove you from public memory.
One of her real regrets was learning that the network tried to destroy all the copies of the show. And she was sold, dumped in the Hudson River.
It became kind of lost to history. I mean, people in the industry knew that Hazel Scott had had the first nationally syndicated show, and, you know, as many historians would say, could have changed the course of television history, too.
The shorthand way of saying what happened was that Hazel Scott was blacklisted. Hazel Scott couldn't get a job in show business, and this was a very real problem.
This video raises questions, and I need for you to be extremely honest in the comments when answering them. And just so you know, I have 3 questions. Number 1, before this video, have you ever heard the name Hazel Scott? Number 2, who would you like for me to do a video on next? And number 3, what are your thoughts about this video? Please share them in the comments. Please be honest when answering these questions. Share this video with anyone you deem necessary. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.